Alright. Killer use 2017 voice chat. Alright, let's go. Alright, people. We back. Hold on. I need to cancel real quick because I figured out what I'm doing. Jack. I can get 100 V-Bucks. Alright, I think I'll do that. Doctors. Alright. I think I got everything pretty much. How many more battle stars do I need? Alright. Okay. Well. Alright. So I guess we'll play a few of these. I hurt my nail at work getting cards. So I might have to get cards tomorrow. Double band-aid up, but I got what I need to get fixed technically. They burned a hole in my finger. Well, not a finger, but my nail. To release the blood, it came out black. Came out blackish red. Because before it was just blue. And they just basically got it out of there. It wasn't a big speck. It's called a hematoma, so they definitely got that out there. It relieved the pressure, because before I couldn't even move my finger because of all the pressure, and it felt good. It wasn't a lot of blood, it was only like a speck, but I'm glad I got that, under control. I don't even know what time it is, so I don't know. Right now I'm just trying to be smart, save my money, gotta go in a few days. Hopefully, I'm not really tripping off money or nothing like that to a certain extent. Remember, a lot of stuff, man, it doesn't make any sense. A lot of people, they're not going to go back to work, and then at the end of the day, I feel like people talking about, I know the interest rates and all this type of stuff is going up. Technically reduce, hyperinflation, but I think we're heading there. Consumer spending is going to get, I think consumer spending is still high. But yeah, you can't definitely live the way you were living before in terms of like you were just buying stuff, like even with myself, buying certain stuff. And me, right now, thinking about it, a lot of stuff is just not really worth the money. And I know that's so cliche, but when you really think about a lot of stuff, it's not worth the money. And today was actually my first day actually going to the movie theaters. In over a year. The last movie I saw was, what was it? It was called, Invisible Man. It came out right before the pandemic. We had to shut everything down. It was like February 2020. So it's been a good month. So we're in July. So it's been a month and a year. I said a month. It's been a year and 5 months. I don't feel bad about not being able to go to the movies. And now, technically, the thing about that type of stuff, I don't like being in a place, I definitely would not suggest anybody go to the movies if you're not vaccinated or have 2 shots. I would not recommend that. If you're not fully vaxxed, because you think about it, you just authorized, I think they're going to do the 3rd shot. So if that becomes available, I'm going to be one of the first people to go ahead and take that, because at the end of the day, it's about safety and stuff like that. There's all these variants and stuff like that are out here, and COVID's going to be around here to stay, so I want to protect myself, this, that, and the third, protect my body more so, and really be careful at all times, pretty much, to make sure and ensure that, I have a layer of protection, I guess, more or less. You know, one thing I'm still thinking about is just cryptos and stuff like that. Just that and the third. I'm still thinking about Binance. Binance is terrible. I just need to throw that out there. They'll have every document that they need and they'll mess it up. So, Binance, I hope their coin goes to zero, honestly. They've already been banned in other countries. Like Canada, you can't do anything. Because they're operating in the U.S., but all the stuff's in the assets and stuff's in Cayman Islands, a bank account, and they're like the top thing by volume and in an exchange. Nah, I'll wait for Safe Moon to have their exchange and whatnot. And I do own a sizable portion of Safe Moon. You know, Bitcoin goes down $25,000 or something like that. And I might look at to level up my position. Safe Moon went down to what? 0.299. It went to 0.250. I'll basically get like 400 million coins to like $100. And I think that's pretty good. So I have like a bill. Almost closer to a bill. So that's kind of my goal. But again, if that price drops and stuff like that, yeah, I would more than definitely didn't do it. But then again, you gotta think about it. Cryptos and stuff is volatile, so it's just one of those things you can never really guess. Everybody's having their cryptos and stuff out here. And playing a video game, even though I'm not using my finger, it does not feel good. So I don't think I'm gonna lose my skill and stuff like that. But yeah. Wow. I messed up, but that's on me. It's my first game. But then again, yeah, I definitely see, COVID messing up a lot of things for the future in terms of like the world is trying to open up. We're trying to prevent all this stuff, but a lot of stuff comes down to money. I went to the movies and stuff today. Going to the movie is actually pretty good, but again, not a place you should go if you're not vaccinated, or fully vaccinated rather, but the popcorn and stuff like that actually being in the movie setting is good, Nothing is 100%. The only thing I can say is Johnson & Johnson vaccine, it protects people from getting COVID to a certain extent. It reduces, the chance of them getting seriously sick or ill, but you can still get COVID. The same thing with, any of the other vaccines, but you won't have, your body recognizes it, and your T cells and stuff goes and attacks, the COVID and stuff like that. It's the COVID. And go and hug, people. I know the first thing I'm gonna have when I get to LA is gonna give me some Indian food. I haven't had Indian food. Gonna give me some good Indian food. I'm gonna get the thing Gordon Ramsay. He went to this place. I'm try their Indian food out. It's not too far from the airport, so I think this would be one of the first things I get. I'll leave out what you call Wednesday, so you probably won't see me for like a week. Yeah, I'm gonna have a good time. Definitely have some safe travels and wear my mask and stuff like that. But I'm realizing a lot of stuff when you think about it. In order for the price to be where it's at, I'm not really impressed. In terms of a few things, like for you to live and eat, and do all this, what in the world? That's weird. I hope that's not drift. But yeah, I like to go a few things like too with work. Work I feel like it's okay. What I had is like a slight finger injury. My finger in itself is not injured, but my nail bed is, it didn't heal to a certain extent, but this nail's gonna fall off. I was getting cards, stuff like that, man. They worked the hell out of me. I had to went and talk to the assistant manager or whatnot about stuff. About my nail. I told him I was going to get a doctor appointment. Just that and the third. I mean, I did. I work pretty hard. I work hard for my money. I think I should earn a little bit more, but that's just definitely I think I should earn a little bit more. But it is what it is. It's how hard I work. I'll be on my feet for like, 3 hours or more. I mean, hardcore working. And there's no question I'm hard work with all the stuff that I do. There's no question. What? I shot that guy, man. And another thing too, I realized, with these games and stuff, a lot of games coming out, there is no point in really even buying games. Like if, and the thing is too, with, the prices, a lot of stuff is just not fine. Like, if you're going to pay X amount of dollars for certain stuff, I feel like there's a service component that you should have with a lot of stuff. Like, a lot of stuff is just not hitting on the mark. In terms of you really wanted to look at, the actual price and stuff, like you paying ridiculous amount of money for certain stuff, like you should get, like, for instance, fine dining. If you charging, $50, $60 for like stuff that, you could probably do at your home. But I mean, it's the experience. You're paying for the experience. But a lot of stuff is not fine dining. It's just people paying for stuff like, for instance, seafood. Seafood and stuff like that, crab boil, crab dip, all this other stuff. And, man, I'm not going to name bash any establishments, but a lot of places lost the thunder, man. Just the novelty of just, getting food is ridiculous. Like, something costs like $42. When it, like, if you go between a certain time, you get $5 off for this, that, and the third. But the offering is the same, but you're paying more, and the service even got worse. So, a lot of stuff I don't really think. Once a place loses its way, the only thing I can say was truly worth the money. If we're being completely honest, is some food that I had. It was worth the money. Trust me, it was worth the money. I went to a Japanese steakhouse. That food was good. I ain't been there in a while. Because the place I go to normally is after work, and it's kind of affordable to a certain extent, but it's not the same quality. Like, you can't tell me it's the same quality. So, something else that I had this week. It's worth the money. Nothing. What you talking about?
do a fundraiser for what? We have $7,000 first. I can't wait to give up some of these leadership positions for someone else.
But you know, ignoramuses.
Just dumb stuff. Like, I just don't know, like, where so many people grew up or before they came to Misfit. But, like, some of y'all have minimal life experience in the shows.
Dang. Why you coming for him like that?
But this is the year to do it, because most of the leadership positions you have it in your first and second year, and then basically the second year basically bear the brunt of the leadership, because once you go to the clinics,
Yeah. You can focus on your
once you go to the hospital, we don't have time to do it. So I'll be finishing this in like January, and I'm just like,
see ya.
you know, I'm going where's I'm on. Who are you doing patient stuff?
seriously. You gotta miss it quick. There's a Bob.
Oh, mustard ball. Yeah, everybody loves some of mustard ball. That thing's just... That's funny. For both of them, well, I mean, at the end of the day, it's just a movie. You know, a movie is terrible, That's just my whole thought. Like, the way the movie even operates is even different, too. You know, I definitely would not suggest going to the movie theater, as I previously stated, unless, like, you know, it's a good experience, but, you know, you don't even have, I mean, you might have a little bit of space, but in terms of just how everything is now, nah. I just be honest and upfront. It's just my thought. Dang. Is the internet really that doo-doo? I think so. I mean, it is a tropical... Oh, no, I think we have a hurricane, but it's not here necessarily. We're getting the winds. We're not getting the winds like in Florida. I saw that. Duval County, Jacksonville. Yeah, it's tore up. Duval. Jacksonville Jaguars, they stink. Gotta go to work tomorrow. They got me working Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. I'm like, dang. No, I'm gonna definitely try to get this money, but I'm not really, I probably will have to bag groceries. I'll probably have to talk to my boss tomorrow, see if I can bag groceries and need carts. I might get some of them, but I can't be doing that. Once his nail come off, maybe, but then again, I just have to be careful. Airdrops of crypto. I'm still thinking about talking about these projects coming out of nowhere, like Trident Token, Rug Pull. Everybody was hyping up Trident, Pat Mobile, all these projects and stuff like that. Yeah. Refinable Trident Token, Fair Moon, all these things are, stole money from investors, get the market cap up. I almost saw this stuff and it didn't go up, so I don't really invest heavily into crypto. I don't, surprisingly. Like Dogecoin I was invested in, I made decent money, like basically 10 times some money in there, so that was pretty good for me. I know people are talking about VE chain. I'm not going to get any of that because it's the same thing, practically the same thing as Dogecoin. Like same price, 0.08, 0.05 to 0.08. Nickel to 8 cents. per coin, and if it gets to people. But one thing I really like about crypto is really up to people and these groups coming in and, you know, pumping the price and then get their money and get out. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that, but you ain't on board. Like, for instance, AMC. Everybody's not on board with AMC. Everybody don't know what's going on with AMC. So if you kind of short sold the stuff, you don't know, you get $66. People going for $100, and then, you know, within a day or a certain time frame, a group just said we're going to get it up to, like, before Robinhood blocks the trade. You lost some money. I can guarantee you that. Robinhood, crypto and stuff is supposed to be open 24/7. It's not a stock market. And Robinhood, they just got sued for like, what, 70 million? So I think that's kind of some justice being done. But that, you know, end of the day, I mean, who loses more? The company or you? I say you lose more. But that's the name of the game. When I think about certain stuff like, you know, pricing and stuff like that, or just living this life in general, working and stuff like that is cool, but you can't really get too attached to workplace. The workplace, through shifts, this, that, and the third. People, you know, people make a shift. I tell you that. Either morale is low, you know, management changes like 3 times, this, that, and the third. The whole dynamic, workplace dynamic is off. You know, nobody's gonna, it loses its value over time, because if you think on average, you know, nobody wants to work at the same job for, you know, this, that, and the third. Use the job as a baseline, you know, maybe build some skills or some valuable insight that you could use. Like, for instance, if you work for like a thing, you can learn like supply chain management. Like in terms of like meat, like chicken, who has the most chicken? Purdue, Tyson, and what type of stuff is Tyson doing? To me, Tyson, their biggest thing is they're actually producing chicken. I mean, most places like Wendy's, stuff like that, McDonald's, they're using Tyson. That's their distribution, so they having all this stuff. So, and the way I see it too, like all these places like Costco's and this and the third, they're really just having, you know, I won't say bare minimum stuff, but they're doing a lot. They're trying to entice customers, this and the third, to, you know, shop, do this, you know, this and the third. I'll just be sitting back, I'll be chilling. So, like Trader Joe's. Trader Joe's is a good place, but there's not that much marketing behind it. I mean, they don't need the marketing. You know, like, for instance, Wegmans. Wegmans is another store that does need the marketing. It's pretty big. But Trader Joe's is kind of one of those places, I mean, it has a whole lot of hidden gems, Trader Joe's, like the foods, the microwave foods, like chicken biryani, butter chicken, this, that, and the third. It's pretty good. $5 beers, this, that, and the third. $5 wines. And I'm just thinking about in terms of, like, you know, travel and paying money for, you know, flights, shopping people, this, that, and the third. A lot of stuff to me, the price is going up, or people are surprised there's shortages of workers. I mean, if a place is offering, you know, $300 sign up bonus, you're not going to get that. You probably have to wait a few pay periods. That's how they get people. And at the same time, some of these jobs, who wants to go back? Like, for instance, I think I like my job halfway decently, I'm not 100% against it or anything like that. I do work. I do my best, absolute best when I work the shift. I think I work a little bit too hard, but, it is what it is. I didn't even know that Black Widow was even coming on Disney Plus at $30. I wouldn't suggest anybody go see that for $30. It wasn't bad, but $30 you're paying a subscription of like what? You're paying like $37.50. Well, I mean, you're paying $37.50 for that. You're paying $37.50. I saw it a day early. The movie in itself is not bad, but $37.50, like Mulan, why'd I pay money to watch something? But you want to be in the privacy of your own home, and this is something like a family, yeah, sure, do it. Because movies and stuff, I mean, you don't probably spend $37 or more, $62, and then you got kids. You're probably going to spend a little bit more than that. The box office, he was talking about, I don't think it should be a big box office movie, like 500 million. The next movie that I really want to see is Candyman. I want to see Candyman. With Yahya Abdul-Mateen, or John Abdul-Mateen. If I win this, I know this game is garbage. Just off the virtue of this game. Because in my opinion, there's no way I should win this. Just because I have a ship. Wow. That was a bull by me, and I can't win against everything. And everything is a sweat fest now, so I think I did pretty good. So, it kind of is what it is, this component. What's some other things I'm thinking about in terms of just you know, oh yeah, people talk about pandemic unemployment assistance, how that's getting over. People have to go back to work. Do I think people have to go back to work? Yes and no. Well, I mean, what are you going to incentivize people to go back to work? You know, the stimulus money, that's not that much money, relatively speaking, is really not. $1,200 a month? Really? And that's on the next bill and stuff like that. $1,200. A one-time thing in tax season, you know, I get my taxes, whatever I paid in taxes back, next season? I don't even remember the exact amount. It's not that much, so I'm going to get most of my money back. I'm a taxpayer. I still got some of my old pay stubs when they used to send me to the check and they showed me what they take out for Social Security, this, that, and the third. I think it's like $2 to $3. I mean, I don't make that much money. Really is good. I would play Ratchet and Clank. I'll probably play that when I get back or so. Or maybe when I get off work tomorrow. Am I looking forward to, you know, vacation next week? Sure. For a few days. I took a week off from work. I'm looking forward to getting paid. That's all I can really say. Cryptocurrencies. I'm thinking about, you know, all these different sites. Well, not sites, like people talking about Shiba Swap. I'm glad that came out, you know, but that's not going to really do a major catalyst for anything. Like the other day, I went up like $23. I invested like 80 and I got like 110. So I think, you know, Shiba Inu is definitely, you know, it's okay. But we really had to see decimal place shoot definitely go left for it. And that basically means either, you know, people are staking all this stuff or they bury so they can get leash or this, that, and the third. Or bone. I don't know exactly which all the stuff with all these coins and stuff like they gotta go through steps. Pancake swap, get BNB, Binance Smart Chain, this, that, and the third. Binance, I feel like the only reason why Binance really makes a lot of money is because people need actual chain to actually go and basically get these coins. These coins, somebody can't go and basically make their own chain in a sense. They have to get started off with somewhere. You can make a cryptocurrency as cheap as like $2, but you know, most of the codes on these stuff are, you know, copy and paste essentially. You can set it up, and all cryptocurrency is computer programming, and it's basically code. Right now, in terms of my holdings, I think I got what? I got 202 million Safe Moon, well, 217 million, because I have another thing. If the price drop, you know, I'll get me a small amount. I'm definitely trying to get into my bag. You know, I think 500 million Safe Moon is a good stopping point. But, you know, only if the costs and stuff go down. If it loses, you know, some of its points and whatnot, or some of the price goes down, that would be good. But, you know, again, it's one of those things, you know, cryptocurrency is very volatile, so. Same thing with stock market. I was looking at the stock market, everything's pretty much red today. Cryptocurrencies. And the funny thing is, even if something is appearing green, it's not green in a sense, because if something went from 34 to 32 and it kind of rebounds to 33, that's still down. Bitcoin was like hit $63,000 by April, and then it went down to like $33,000. Bitcoin could go down to $10,000 technically. And oh my god, I want to fall. But yeah, Bitcoin and stuff could practically go down a lot. But I don't think it will crash again. I just don't believe it will crash again to that level. Bitcoin is a snail in terms of cryptocurrency, in terms of the amount of stuff that it processes. Seven transactions a second. That's not fast. And then you have people, miners, verifying transactions, and this they get put in what a blockchain. You get put in like a doggone hash. You get put in a block. And it basically tells you how many blocks and confirmations. Basically, people are verifying your transactions. And basically, miners are basically verifying your transactions, really. So, it is what it is. Ethereum's a whole lot faster. And had I known about Ethereum, I would have definitely bought me some Ethereum. Like, a year ago, I would have bought Ethereum. It was only $250 or something like that. In May 2019, if I heard about Ethereum, I would have bought some. So, but then again, too little, too late. But I mean, it is what it is. Bitcoin and Ethereum was on the run. $4,300 for Ethereum, and then like what? I remember when Bitcoin went down a little bit, it was like $43,000. That was still good. $43,000 per coin. But think about Binance. I hope Binance goes out of business. Just for the stuff that they do. Binance is a shady company. I'm not just being saying that to be saying that. They are a shady company because you're dealing with Binance, all this type of stuff. The whole verification process. You provide documents to them niggas. It's just messing stuff up, so bump them. And I'm not talking about from the safe mode perspective. I'm just talking about Binance as a company, the way they're running, and all their errors and stuff like that. They try to put it back on the customer. Nah. What's some other things I'm thinking about in terms of just that and the third? In terms of, day-to-day stuff. Like, going to work is, I don't dislike going to work, but I just think work in itself, burnout. I know people are talking about reducing the pandemic unemployment because it's not going to, that's not that much money. Like, you give someone, $600 a week? I don't even make $600 a week. I would probably make like $600 a month. That's not good at all. They work me 6 days back to back to back. But I'm glad I don't work 4 hours. And I'm in the capacity that I'm at in terms of just like, I don't want to work all them hours like 1 to 10. To me, that don't even work out. That's not even suitable. For somebody like me, that doesn't even sound great. That tackling all these hours and responsibility. I have no problem with responsibility in that terms, but do all that and then, open, close a store and clean up, no. I never cheat anything out of a thing. But jobs and stuff, their biggest thing, they're making money off you. Human labor. That's what makes a company great. Anybody can say a robot is doing a job, but I tend to disagree with that. A robot may never say no, never call out late, this, that, and the third, but if you look at the analytics, human labor makes companies billions of dollars. They didn't have people working and stuff like that. And the crisis and stuff in now. Guess what? Now it's going to be done. Like, I know someone's talking about McDonald's, all these places are going to go with robots cooking or dropping French fries and stuff in grease. I'm like, go ahead. You spend all this money on technology and the way you're doing it, that's not necessarily smart. That's actually stupid when you think about it because, like, for instance, the touch, all that thing, the McDonald's kiosk, they spent millions of dollars implementing that. I don't even know how many millions of dollars they spent on implementing that, and then COVID, and then there was a study that there's a lot of fecal matter and stuff on those type of kiosks and stuff like that. People not washing their hands. And, you see people not washing their hands and stuff like that. Yeah, that's nasty. A lot of diseases and stuff is caused by now poor hygiene and poor habits at that. Just like, someone doesn't bathe themselves or this, that, and the third. Just like if someone doesn't bathe themselves in terms of stuff and they're just sitting around, let's say like an elderly person or something like that. Got a nursing home, this, that, and the third. Your body and stuff slows down. Well, it definitely slows down, so you're not able to control your bowels, and you're not moving. You're sitting in your own excrement, basically, or pee.
What are you talking about?
Break down your skin. It breaks down your skin. And,
I was just over here listening to something. All I heard is sitting in your own excrement. I'm like, wait, what are you talking about?
I just talk about hygiene, like people just not doing the stuff, like, and you wonder why diseases and stuff spread. That's what was my whole thing I was talking about. The also thing about people talking. Also thinking about people talking about New York, how everything, Governor Cuomo, how he handled stuff, and he had people going to nursing homes, the COVID patients doing this, that. I don't know if that's verifiable or whatnot, but if he did do that, I mean, that's... The way this whole thing with COVID and the way it's been handled, it's a recipe for disaster. I don't believe what people are saying in terms of people talking about you don't need the vaccine. You're living, your chance of living 99%. There's no way that you're living 99% with COVID. The mortality rates and stuff like that, you dealing with all this stuff. If your oxygen and stuff gets low, like you already have health conditions, you're going to die more than likely. Like, for instance, you're a diabetic, this, that, and the third, you have poor circulation, you get something, you already have poor circulation, to your, organs, this, that, and stuff, your limbs and stuff like that. You're more than likely, you're going to have an amputation. Like, even with poor hygiene, again, amputation and stuff like that. You got gangrene or this, that, and the third, neuropathy. No. That doesn't make a lot of sense in terms of... Like, and to me, a lot of stuff don't make sense. And you really just think about it, like, people, for me, I don't go back and forth with people. I just don't. Like, you want to do certain stuff and, it doesn't make any sense. You have repercussions for it. That kind of comes back on to you.
You found out you're going to be a CNN.
No. I try to be ethical with what I'm saying and make sense of empathetic, but some stuff is just when people...
I be doing the same thing, but sometimes you just be like, boy, hey bro, if you go downstairs and get something to drink, can you need something to drink?
What do you want?
I don't know, just something cold.
Alright. Well, we have a Coke downstairs.
How much soda we had today? Good lord.
I don't really, to be honest, because I didn't eat that grilled chicken sandwich, that grilled chicken sandwich is nasty.
When I tell you that popcorn and them chicken nuggets is good as hell, I'm
yes.
thinking of that.
Yeah, I agree with you.
No, I'm not gonna consider it.
But you know, one thing I have to like think about, like I never have had a bad chicken wing or buffalo wing from a hotel. Like we got them halftime wings. That was kind of a scam.
At
Thinking
the
about it,
hotel, but them wings slap though. I can't even hold you.
they really did.
Like, my God. You know, chicken wings, I feel like chicken wings are not that unhealthy, really. Am I tripping?
I don't feel like chicken wings in itself are
Like, if you
unhealthy.
just got chicken wings and, like, carrots, you didn't get no fries, I don't feel like it's that bad compared to what you could be eating. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you're right.
I'm not trying to say it's, like, the healthiest food.
Food, yeah, that's something you can indulge in every now and then and again. But I feel like that starts to really be getting people. I don't even know what. Well, I do know a
Wait,
place
who
to get
has
chicken.
good chicken wings in Raleigh?
There's a lot of places that came and went.
Ooh, what's the place that y'all like to go to downtown?
Woody's.
You know, Woody's?
I was thinking of telling
Work.
we can go there before.
Or we could go to Kickback.
I don't like Kickback Jacks.
Okay.
You know why I don't like Kickback
You want
Jacks?
something healthy tomorrow? Because I want to, you want to get something healthy?
Yeah.
Okay, we don't have to go to get one then.
I don't know what there is healthy. And no, like healthy and tastes good at the same time. I mean, jasmine is okay, but it's just like,
Sometimes,
ooh.
you know, it's like, hey, ain't no shade to them, but it's like, I want to eat something that tastes familiar.
But I think about food. Food just ain't. Some stuff is hitting on 2 cents, like stuff you don't think that you get often, like them chicken nuggets. This chicken nuggets is right on point. There wasn't nothing wrong with them. They were hot. The barbecue sauce is good. And then people changing their formula for barbecue sauce like KFC. Ooh. Whoever told them to do that,
It tastes quality. It tastes like they cheapened it. They try to like water it down or something.
I put like a paste.
Like it's less. I don't know. It just don't taste as good as it used to. They try to. It sounded like they made a bootleg Wendy's sauce. Like you know how Wendy's sauce tastes? It's like they have a knockoff version of Wendy's sauce.
Yeah, it's worse. I feel what you're saying. COVID is going to be around here to stay. I was someone talking about schools and stuff like that. They're not checking the immunization records. I'm pretty sure they are. Now, immunizations and stuff like imagine going, well, throughout life not having immunizations and stuff like that. And, you know, certain employers and schools and backgrounds. Wait, don't you have to go back to home? Well, to your place for Orange Theory?
I'm gonna go when I'm going for those. I'm gonna stay around the corner.
So, wait, Orange Theory in itself, by, you can go to any, you mean to tell me you can go to any Orange Theory? Wow.
Oh gosh.
Yeah. But a lot of stuff I'm kind of fairly disappointed in terms of quality. And to me, it kind of has nothing to do with just the fact of the price. It is, it's not even quality, really. Like, I've had a quality experience in terms like the last like 2 weeks. Well, this depends what we're talking about. Are we talking about a steak and stuff like that, a quality steak? Quality customer service, I haven't actually had that in a while. Another thing I have to realize is you can't also take people's word on something. This man is annoying. They need to take that out of the game. Because if I think about it, that right there is just bull. Let me think about some other stuff too, in terms of just like, I think, I don't even know what the government going to do in terms of paying people, because this pandemic not going to end, or relatively speaking. I think they said 54% of America, that's been full, their population been fully vaccinated. I mean, we still got hurdles to go. We still got hurdles to go. And then the thing about people not getting vaccinated, they're creating new variants. And then the viruses, they're not necessarily trying to mutate, but again, under the right circumstances, and then the person's body, and the right place to breathe, and then the climate, this, that, and the third, and all the other stuff. Then you open Pandora's box. Viruses have bad proofreading ability, so that means they're not really trying to mutate or try to change. So one little sequence that they do in a new variant. So I think they talking about Delta variant, but now they got Delta Plus, and now they got Lambda. I was reading an article, and the states that are most behind are Alabama, Mississippi, all these different little places. I could care less if they're red or stuff like that. People talking about Republican-led states. I mean, at the end of the day, we got to think about Alabama, Mississippi. No stereotypes there, but and then Kentucky. Kentucky's like one of the poorest states. They receive the most amount of funding, but you look at it, it's a messed up state. Louisville, Kentucky. I'll go get you something to drink in a minute after this game. know people talking. I'm dead. Wow, I'm actually not dead. I know people talking about people getting the shot in their arm, or if you take somebody who's not vaccinated to get the shot in their arm, or in their arm, you basically getting $25. I mean, what's $25? They're doing the vaccine lottery, man. If I got the vaccine lottery, man, you probably seeing only like what? I think the income tax rate must be like what, 5%. So you probably is seeing on federal taxes. Yeah, you definitely gonna get hit upside the head. It's like 42%. You probably gonna see about 580,000 after taxes. So that's something to think about. I hope I get paid. I hope I get paid. Because, you know, I think, other thing I was thinking about is like Safe Moon in terms of, or there's like certain stuff. I'm not about to really deal with anything else. But I'm thinking about the prices for stuff like clothing, articles of clothing, this, that, and the third. Everything's going up, consumerism and stuff like that. Everybody's trying to come up with a great new product or a different line. Or launch something. Everybody's trying to get into NFTs. Everybody's trying to do this, that, and the third. Me personally, I don't think that all these different, you know, business ventures and stuff like that are going and tapping into that. It's not everybody's thing to do. Or the perfect, you know, scenario. Anybody can handle, you know, this, that, and the third. Everybody don't need to make an exchange, and everybody doesn't know how to conduct themselves in NFT. That's like someone like Binance getting in the space of NFTs. Like, Binance getting in the space of NFTs would be laughable. BNB would probably never hit $2,000 a coin. Not the disrespect with Binance that I got Binance is, yeah. That's funny. I said, like, bruh, a lot of places, they just asking too much. Have a picture or something with your name on it and your proof of address. You send that, and that's, the proof that you live there. Proof of residence. You're talking about address that's not matched. How you gonna tell me my address is not matched? Like, bruh. That is retarded. I'm just waiting for Safe Moon to come out with their own exchange, the wallet, you know. It is what it is at this point. I hope that it gets to a cent. Or 5 cents. If we get to 10 cents, yeah. The way I'm going, that'd be a good, you know, $30 million. Well, not really 30 million because it got that 10% tax, but nah, I'll be good. All I needed it for is $0.005 million. I don't need it to hit, you know, a penny or this, that, and the third. I just need it to do this, that, and the third, and I'm good. You know, I'm not going to trip off of some of this stuff. If it got to $10, I'll be good. I'll be straight. That's kind of my thoughts. People talking about use cases for crypto like Shiba Inu. I don't think that Shiba Inu can have a use case. It's just crypto. Like, you can't go into a place and say that. Like, people talking about Dogecoin. Dogecoin, I wouldn't even allow a business. Like, I wouldn't even say a business should even use Dogecoin. And it's not even that I hate Dogecoin. Dogecoin is too volatile. Crypto is volatile. Like, why would you spend, like, crypto, like, why would you pay for a car in Bitcoin? Like a Tesla. Elon Musk wants you to be able, well, at first, he was on Tesla to, that don't look good for the balance book. It don't. Because at the time, what if I had, and then the following day, it drops $10,000. So basically, you're going to be accounting for a loss. A company doesn't sound like a good financial decision. And a lot of businesses are placed in those type of positions in terms of how stuff is going. So when I think about that, that doesn't really sound all that appealing. If you're going to be in business like that, it doesn't sound like a great idea. Did PlayStation have a state of play? If they did, I have to check it out. You know, end of the day, I don't really find there's anything worthwhile, technically. Since we're in COVID and lockdown, like, a lot of stuff, you know, you're not going to be hanging out. You're not going to be doing this and the third. I mean, people are doing what they do. People are like, we're not even in a pandemic, so, I mean, at the expense of your health. I mean, you can't really worry about that, in terms of what other people got going on. In terms of they're not in a pandemic. They get sick. I don't wish anybody gets sick at this, and the third, but you just have to be careful. You know, it's quite ridiculous. You know, people know the risk of a lot of stuff, but they still gonna be, you know, living life on edge. Like, just think about it. Like, a condom and a mask are cheap. People know the risk. Again, people know the risk of, you know, of contracting, you know, diseases and this and the third. But, you know, you're gonna pay. I might leave this game. I might go get you something to drink. I'm gonna get you something to drink. I get myself something to drink as well. look at my coins. How much I got last? Look at my coin base. Real quick, look at all these other factors. I guess I gotta wait till I get paid. Oh well. That's good. Drop dollars on it, make it nasty, make it nasty, make it nasty. Drop. So I know people talking about will Safe Moon overtake all these exchanges in the crypto space. I say no. And the reason why I'm saying no is you have to have articles of incorporation. And we have a new sector of businesses and all this stuff coming out about Binance, their shady dealings and all the, their financial stuff. Statement of cash flows, the balances, all the balancing books. You have your stuff in Cayman Islands. You're operating in the U.S. sector and all your businesses and your bank accounts. The company's bank accounts or holdings is in the Cayman Islands. That don't sound that great. I'm still thinking about what people talking about Bitcoin, how they feel bad for not buying Bitcoin. 2009, I mean, who would know how to buy Bitcoin? In 2009, the concept of a wallet, you can create your own wallet, but that's a little bit difficult. Got tools, create all this wallet, all this stuff, blockchain.com, this, that, and the third, but as far as all this other stuff, nah. Stellar Lumens better than Dogecoin. Now, I'm a fan of Dogecoin. I love memes. I don't love Dogecoin, but Dogecoin, it's the only thing that Dogecoin. I thought Dogecoin would be a stable coin. At being a doggone, at being a quarter, even though it's been fluctuating between 60 and 25 cents. I don't think it can break the resistance levels. Honestly speaking, everything follows Bitcoin really. If Bitcoin goes down, every other thing will follow Bitcoin. Everybody talking about China banning cryptocurrency. I mean, China, you gotta think about China. Everybody said China's advanced. I don't really think that China's advanced at all. No disrespect. People talk about China has some type of crypto ban, this, that, and the third. Well, what is crypto doing? I don't really think crypto doing anything, really. One thing I learned mainly, especially like when doing like when I was someone studies international business, is that China buys a lot of the United States dollar. I don't know for what reason. My professor said exactly why it was that, why China was doing that. But it'll come back to mind in a minute. But in my mind, I don't really think that, there has any bearing. The way I see it, money is just a piece of paper, honestly. It's important. You need money and stuff to live and support yourself, obviously, but in the grand scheme of things, the costs of stuff, the cost of things are going up. The cost of living is going up. And some companies and people are passing off the stuff to consumers. Stuff don't cost that much, but it's about greed. It's as simple as that. It's about greed. Wells Fargo is closing down people's, their credit line, for whatever reason. They got the CEO on something, talking. They did some background research. They ain't got no criminal charges, but Wells Fargo is in kind of hotbed right now. They had to pay some type of fine about like a year ago, charging people, or black people, or more than charging them a rate, or just charging customers as a whole more money. What? 57 to the head? Yeah. I can't fathom. I might get myself some more sweet tea. I'll probably play a few more games. I'll get off.
Where we going? drink. Oh, you got yourself something to drink.
That was refill. You want a refill?
I'll be okay. I'm gonna do ice at this point.
Like, I'm thinking about in terms of stuff too, how businesses and stuff have changed. Like, it's basically declared that. I think that's when the pandemic will get on it. Nobody can predict the pandemic. She made like a book, he had like a file about how critical infrastructure, like how basically non-existent. I'm thinking about jobs too, with 8 to 10 people. That, I mean, to me, that's understaffed. I don't care how you look at it. To me, that's talking about food. You're dealing with food and beverage. That's the kind of industry I work in right now. Food and beverage. 8 to 10 people. That's not necessarily I mean, you have 4 to 5 people doing the front end stuff. I mean, you ain't have an efficient system in there. You're not going to get anything done. I forgot exactly where we went to. You remember the other day we went there? It was like, dang, this is taking too long. And no, yeah, it was taking too long. We went like steak and shit. There was only like one person working. How many ever took? I think only like 3 people. I mean, the burger and stuff was good, but I don't got like a single. I mean, I'm not necessarily mad at that. But a lot of stuff is not really. It's crazy. And I see a lot of businesses and stuff like that. Shit. It's not a smart thing to go to restaurants and stuff without some type of vaccination. That's just my personal. Or any type. I wouldn't even go to a concert. People talking about artists and stuff are suffering. I don't necessarily think artists and stuff are suffering to a certain extent. You got a manager taking 25% and go proceeds. You basically getting merch. Real supporters be real supporters. That's just my personal opinion. So when you had the wrong management, you had the wrong record deal, you have all the components that basically make you got legal issues, then yeah, definitely, you going to be in a worse position than weed. You're in a foreign country, you don't speak the language, for one. Getting on private jets with weed, cash, and stuff like that. If you go to someplace in Asia, they're not playing. Death penalty. People talking about weed isn't necessarily even a drug like that. It's a drug. There's a reason why it ain't legal. Do I believe there's medicinal properties of marijuana? Yeah, if they can break it down to a certain extent, but smoking, I don't know about that one. I don't know about that one. Smoking, consuming, or eating and people doing edibles, nah. My whole thought process. We're dealing with a lot of stuff. It's just like, I'm not gonna go back and forth with somebody. We can agree, disagree. Some stuff, I mean, points that I make, it's going to be hard to argue with in the sense that I come from a balanced perspective. And there's no disrespect at all. Like, if I don't disagree with you or agree, I mean, there's no big deal. I mean, we can have our differences and stuff like that, but I'm not about to go back and forth with someone saying yelling expletives. Like, to me, I could care less. Like, that's like someone saying that the bars and stuff need to be open. You're in some type of big time financial district. You're raking in at the low end. You're paying your bills on a night, but since the pandemic, everything's been shut down. You've done. I know people in California, it was mad as hell when these people, the restaurants and stuff couldn't open, but people with a movie set could do the same thing, have the same stuff, and they're telling that, you can't open. End of the day, man, dang, poor connection quality. How bad is the stuff? Hold on, let me test this stuff real quick. I'll be back.